Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Welcome to your Mercury in retrograde reading. I'm doing it a little bit early for a reason. So at the time of the new moon in your sign, Venus was at 5 degrees of Taurus, and Uranus was at 16 degrees, and that is the degree points between which Mercury will be retrograding. And so whatever was on your mind, whatever it was that you wanted to manifest and create, this Mercury in retrograde is going to give you the opportunity to kind of go over that and really solidify a plan. And so that makes this a very powerful opportunity. So on the 7th of April, Mercury moves into shadow. And Mercury actually gets into Taurus on the 3rd, moves into shadow on the 7th. It stations retrograde on the 21st of April. It stations direct on the 14th of May, and it clears its shadow on June 1st. And so this is a very long, significant period of time before other planets really start doing all their retrograde and everything to really manifest and create something and to really focus on it. So I really want to talk a little bit while I'm getting the cards out about this degree points, because it really matters. That 5 degrees of Taurus is the degree point, which is called the pink diamond. And so it's about what really burns in your heart with desire. What do you really want to manifest and create? And it's almost like in the fire, it becomes purified. It's kind of like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It makes it strong. It makes it enduring. It makes it last. And then at 16 degrees of Taurus, we have the sign degree of alchemy, of manifesting and creating things by really wanting to bring things together, by seeing the polarities of things, by understanding that there are other combinations. And so you are encouraged to see what draws and attracts your attention to it. And how can you do something differently to manifest and bring in what you want? It's the alchemy. It's the alchemist. It's the magician. But it's also that temperance of putting things together, and through a process, the temperance of using tempered steel goes into a fire. So it's using a fire to purify and clarify, to solidify something that is really important to you. And so for you, this is a really great opportunity with this happening, particularly if you are an Aries rising. It is in your house of finance and what you value, and matters around the heart, but mostly from this passionate creative aspect of what you want to create. But wherever that falls in your chart, and it really helps to look in your chart, but if you don't want to do that, if you can't do that, you don't have the time, whatever, what was the thing at that new moon that you were thinking about? What are you thinking about now? Because right now, as I'm recording this, Venus is in the process of making this move up to that 16 degree point. And then when Mercury moves into Taurus, she moves past the 16 degrees and makes her way on out by the 10th. She is out of Taurus, and she is leaving it up to Mercury to follow through on the plans that she has been making about what she wants to change in your life. And so let's get into the cards and see what this has to say for you. And so here, I love this. You have this, it's almost an emperor kind of energy. It is the energy of taking action, but in this deck, in this Lenormand deck, there's actually two men, and this one is the wealthy one. This is the one who understands that he manifests and he creates, and this is the center, this is the heart of the reading. This is the key to the situation here, is knowing, one, your value and your worth, being focused on what you want to do, and being willing to take action in the direction that you want to go. And oh wow, how balancing is this? And so here we have this energy here of the man and the woman, and these are both the wealthy ones. These are both the ones that are about manifesting wealth and creating what it is that they want. This is very much this energy of receiving and giving in balance. And so where you have been giving, it is time to start receiving. Where you have been receiving, it is time to start giving and bringing yourself into balance. Mars, that rules your planet, is in that Cancer right now, and Cancer is the yin and the yang. It's bringing things into balance emotionally for yourself. In the area of what you have been seeking knowledge and information, it's what action do I take? We have the Other Man. And so there's a lot of action-oriented cards going on here, and it is up to you to take the action steps towards your hopes, your goals, your dream. Mercury in retrograde does not mean nothing happens. Mercury in retrograde means that anything that you start now, and that's why I'm doing it now, what you start now, start now before the 7th, okay? Put it on paper, make a phone call, tell a friend, do something where you make actionable step toward what it is that you manifest and create, because then during Mercury in retrograde, you have time to lay out your plan, review it, go back over it, start moving forward, and then at the end there in June, you are really moving in stride with it. And so this is a very important, potent, nurturing energy time to be working with. That spring energy too, of really planting the seeds of intention and nurturing and watering, and you're going to have to thin, and you're going to have to, some things will have to be transplanted. And so that is what Mercury in retrograde is there to allow you to do. And so where you've been thinking there are obstacles, where you are thinking there are obstacles, the answer here is to have the confidence in your heart space that you can manifest and create whatever you want. This is a card of independence. This is the card of not having to necessarily rely on others in order to manifest and create what you want. There's been some confusion about which way to go. Which path do I want to take? This is the card of the path of the ways of making choices and decisions, and we are definitely in that energy right now. It is about picking the path, but I love that right here, this really always reminds me of an Ace of Pentacles, of planting your seed of intention, of stating what you want, of being willing to go for it. Well, Spirit they're all over this reading. They keep tickling my nose. Okay, so how do you transform the situation? You're going to be growing something. We have the tree here. Now, this tree could be around matters of the family. It's a 5, though, and so there's some change coming in the areas of growth. And of course, in order to get a tree to really have stable ground in which to grow, it needs the right nutrients. They're saying pruning. So there is something that needs to be pruned away in order to promote growth. There's also, oh my God, that's so interesting. They're showing me, what do you call that? Grafting. Okay, so let's go back to that temperance, that alchemy, that's putting two things together. And now I'm seeing Mendel. Okay, so there is this taking two things. Mendel was the one who was working with the genes. He was the monk, and he was the one that understood that if you put the attributes of this seed with that seed and you combine them somehow, you can pollinate them together, cross-pollination, and then you could get a new variety. And so it's that alchemy. It's the opportunity. I feel like it's skills you already have, interests that you have. How can you combine them in a way to create something that's very new and interesting and really that you're very passionate about? And so the action to take is to really anchor into what you want. See that anchor is creating a heart around that stone. It's that solid foundation around what it is that you really want to manifest. All right. In the area of resources, we have the card of the whips. This means you are your resource. You showing up for yourself every day. You taking the action that you need to take. Show up, show up, show up every day. Get up, do it again. Keep working. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. And here the outcome, we have the hen laying the eggs and she's collecting them. There's opportunity. There's lots of opportunity there. And so she is collecting the eggs and they're not hidden. It seems to be very obvious. So let's see what you get for advice. We have manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, and help out those that are less fortunate. So there is this giving and receiving energy right here, right? The giving and the receiving to help out those that are less fortunate, but managing your resources. Make sure that this is This is paying attention to your budget, to how you're spending your money. This is paying attention to the income and the outgo of your energy on all ways. You know, how much time and energy you put into things and financially, right? And then you have the Two of Spring. They're portaging the canoe, which is so cute. So this is teamwork, a bright future manifested through hard work and creativity. The whips, I'm telling you, your resources will come in, but you're going to have to do the work. Partnering with others who share your dream, great progress being made. And again, we have this dynamic duo here of the masculine and the feminine energy working together. And it could be that what you're looking for is that guy that comes in and helps you with the work. So maybe you are trying to start a business, but you need someone to come in and do the website, or you need a financial advisor. So who's going to come in and do the work that you don't know how to do? Because he looks like he's on the lookout for this guy. Hey, I need some help with this over here. You know, this is you in charge, managing everything, and you might hire someone to do an aspect of the project to set it up to allow you to really manifest. And you have the card of Strength again. Going back to this, you're going to have to show up for yourself. You're going to have to show up for yourself. Here we have this lion, and here we have this kitty who thinks he's a lion. And so being lion-hearted and really leaning into your strength, the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. Here are the mountains that are the challenges in the heart. Here's the grace and the inner strength to overcome the challenges. The power of kindness and forgiveness, and time to embrace how wonderful you are. The power of forgiveness, I feel like that feels like it's around, you know, don't be afraid of the missteps that may have occurred in the past or situations around that. Step around them and step onto some new ground, pick a new path, go in a new direction, and really anchor into what matters to you in your heart. And so you have the card of Quiet Retreat, which is interesting because, nope, that's not what I saw. Okay, so Quiet Retreat. During this time, this is the card of Independence. Thank you. I knew there was something here. During this time, right now, gosh, if you're watching this video, I want to say Sunday the 2nd, April 2nd, I did the dailies. Check me out over on Facebook where I do the daily energy. I just recorded those, and that was the card of the Hermit and the card of the Four of Swords came up for that day. And so that was a day where we were supposed to pull our energy in, and I guess that would be about really figuring out what it is we want and putting some stuff on paper. I do feel that that is very important, that you put stuff on paper. And so it says here, well, you can't see through that? What? Okay, so this is here, it is time to disconnect from the outer world so you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create the quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity on what to do next. And the moon is in Gemini at that time, which really provides very fertile ground to be working with. No, the moon is in Virgo on the 2nd. And so that would be organizational. But again, Mercury rules Virgo, and so that would be how to organize and manifest and create that nurturing energy. Almost feels like that Queen of Pentacles kind of energy coming in. Look, you have the card of abundance. How nice is that? So, and it's a 5. Okay, 23 is a 5. This is a 5. So there is an opportunity to really grow some abundance for yourself. You know, this is the 11, and this is the 11 in this deck. Okay, usually we think of it as the 8 in most texts, but in this one it's the 11, and I find that really interesting to have the strength to do the work, to show up for yourself on the daily. And so this week, as you're viewing this video, this week, set aside time on Sunday to really get into what it is you want to create and manifest. This whole week actually offers a lot of energy around that. It's part of why I'm doing it this week. And then really solidify it and get some stuff on paper next week, the 3rd through the 7th. We have a full moon on the 6th, which would be a great time to take some action, because then Mercury goes into shadow, and then you can really, you know, smooth it out and figure it all out from there. So, so now is the time to get very clear on what it is that you want to manifest and create. in the next steps, right? All right, you guys take really good care. If you enjoy this kind of reading, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you for supporting this channel. And I do invite you to come over to Facebook where I do the daily energy readings there. You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.